how can brands conquer their fear of being unoriginal? How can we as creative people conquer our own fear of being unoriginal and maybe start compounding creativity in our own work? I'm going to go through 4 quick ways to do that. The first is be iterative, not derivative. There's this fear of being derivative. There's this language around, oh, that's just derivative of this. But when brands start unapologetically building on things on the past, it's kind of cool. When Volkswagen famously built on their campaign in the 60s, where they had the lemon, they had the Volkswagen Beetle, and they called it Lemonade when they launched something in 2015 in the shadow of all this criticism. They literally made lemonade out of lemons. It was very cool. It was a very interesting and inspiring way to build on the past. Or you think about all the innovation that Apple puts out, they're literally baby steps. There's no giant leap. There hasn't been a giant leap coming from Apple in years. But there's been a constant stream of innovation, and that's because they've been iterative each time, building on where they were. So the second one is around repurpose, don't reinvent. There's this idea that we need to create something that's never been created before. But I love the brands that are sort of unapologetically acknowledging things that happened before. There's the brand Period that literally takes old advertising and just crosses out the brand and puts their own name. And that's because in the spirit of sustainability, they're recycling their advertising too. And that's not something they're ashamed to say. Or how Foursquare pivoted their business from this kind of social network based on location to this B2B offering. They repurposed the technology to be relevant somewhere else. The third, be prolific, not precious. Creatives have this, the spirit of like, let's make something and keep it to ourselves and make it in very, very small amounts in very discrete ways. I would argue, and this will annoy people, that Amazon is one of the most creative organizations that exists because of the sheer volume of things and shit that they're making. It's out of control. There's brands and products left and right that they're spawning, and you can look anywhere. And that's about being prolific. That's not about being precious. Or you think about other brands like Cosbox, one of these subscription D2C services that is unapologetic, spills out brands and products from hundreds and hundreds of other brands. The fourth one, play, don't work. There's this real fear of play and what play can do. But when you think about serendipity and you think about play and you think about imagination, that's where real creativity comes from. And all you need to do is look at Lego and the way they herald play, or you look at Pixar and the way they allow for play to thrive within that organization. So the 4 ways I think brands can think about compounding creativity and avoiding the trap of originality: be iterative, not derivative; repurpose, don't reinvent; be prolific, not precious; play, don't work. Stop stalking originality, start compounding creativity.